front of us today is the 2020 Range Rover Sport SVR with a base price of $115,000. This is not $115,000, as you can tell probably from the matte paint. This one comes in about $150. Puts out a 575 horsepower with 513 foot-pounds of torque, supercharged V8. So as you can see, this specific SVR is covered in a matte black. It is technically an SVO premium black with an ultra metallic satin finish. So if you come up to it, there's still tons of metallic in it while still maintaining that matte finish. So we're going to give you a comprehensive review on this car and then take it on a short little test drive and show you what it's like to drive. So starting out with the exterior features of the car, way more aggressive front bumper than on the normal Sport. You get carbon in the grille, carbon around the intakes right here, and a very aggressive carbon fiber hood. Normally, with the carbon fiber pack that's equipped on this car, you'll have an exposed carbon fiber hood, but because this is a matte paint finish, you can't get the exposed carbon fiber on top of the hood. It is still a carbon hood nonetheless. So this is the power plant that powers the SVR. Like we said, 575 supercharged V8 horsepower with 513 foot-pounds of torque. And you can see just the weave in the hood. So it is a very, very light carbon fiber hood. Coming around to the side, carbon fiber trend does not stop only in the front. You get carbon fiber vents right here, carbon fiber mirror caps right here, and just the wheels and the meat. It's a 295 front 4022 square stance, and just with these semi-gloss wheels and the matte paint, just looks really great. Coming around to the back, starting up top, same spoiler that's on the normal Sports, just a little bit more aggressive with that hump in the back, really sets off the top. And once again, the carbon fiber doesn't stop. You get this gorgeous piece that goes all the way across under the blackout lettering, full carbon fiber, and just the whole rear end is just follows the whole trend of being aggressive with the really nasty, huge quad tip exhaust, more aggressive diffuser instead of a toe cover that comes standard on any other Sport. So this being a 2020 model, this is the third year of the mid-cycle refresh for the Range Rover Sport from 18, 19, and 20. So you get basically a whole new exterior with the hood being completely different, the front bumper being completely different, all the ground effects. Coming to the interior, everything has changed. Instead of one screen, you now have two massive screens that take up the entire center. In the driver's seat, first thing you notice, the three enormous screens. The driver tachometer, fully electronic, definitely lets you know you're in an SVR with the top speed going up to 190. The second one right here with absolutely anything you'll ever need for the car, the cameras, the valet mode, voice assist, everything all on this one right here. Ambient lighting, your Bluetooth. Car comes with an 825 watt sound system, speakers up on the headliner, two tweeters right here, three speakers there, more in the back. Coming down here, the third one, this is the only one you're going to care about, because when you start it up, you're going to go right to the vehicle tab and you're going to open the exhaust and you're going to put it in dynamic mode. Putting the car in dynamic mode, you get a multitude of on-the-spot tuning options. You get a timer if you're really going to take this car on the track. Time you 0 to 60, time anything you want. You get a G meter that'll measure forward G, rear G, left and right G as well. And then a graph that shows you how hard you're pressing the throttle or the brake. So with the key in your pocket, the keyless unlock and lock system, 3 fingers right there, the mirrors will fold out and let you know the car is ready to be unlocked. Same thing, closing it, little dimple in the door handle, locked, and you're good to go. In case the car dies and you cannot get in, there is a little key slot right here, and you come under it, you'll take the key apart, expose the shank, pop the key in there, this cover will come off and it'll have a manual key turn for you to get into the vehicle. So coming to the rear of the car, I'm 6'1", and as you can tell, there's still plenty of headroom. The leg space is very good for a normal SUV. Still plenty of space. The seat's exactly where any normal passenger would have it. Put the center armrest down, lean back a little, and there's nothing that gets in your way. Perfectly comfortable back here. So being a rear seat passenger, followed along with the plenty of space. You have 2-zone climate, so the person next to you can have it hot, you can have it cold, you can control the fan speed, the direction. You have the vents up here as well as the vents right here, surrounded by even more carbon fiber, which then follows you again to the rear, same as the front. 2 USB outlets, so both you and another person can charge your phone. You don't have to fight over the same charger. And the standard 12 volt. And the view is not bad at all. You get the view of the gorgeous sport seats in the front, following the same trend right back here. The same style sport seat again, still more comfortable than it should be for a sport seat. So a really cool convenience feature on the mid-cycle refresh is not only the blind spot on the mirrors, but you get blind spot on every single door. So when you go to open the door, you get a little indicator right there showing you that it's clear to open the door. If there was a car coming by when you're parked on the street and you do it, you're gonna get a little flashing indicator right there letting you know something's coming, so don't open the door. Coming to the trunk area, opening the trunk. For a sport SUV and as much room as there is in the rear for your passengers, there's still just as much trunk space. It doesn't suffer any trunk space compared to a normal sport, having those sportier seats. With the party trick of the adjustable suspension to help, say you're coming out of the grocery store, you've got a ton of groceries in your hand, you just can't make it, you're gonna press this button right here, drop the suspension, and toss your groceries in there like it was nothing. So getting into the car, foot on the brake, press the magic start button, and that V8 roars up to life. So over here, you got both your driver and your passenger mirror switch, button that can fold and unfold your mirrors like so, child lock, as well as all your window switches right there. So coming down to the middle right here, traction control button, as well as all of your off-road settings right here. These 2 buttons, raising and lowering the suspension, and your drive mode select right here. Auto, just gonna throw it into auto terrain, let the car learn the surface you're driving on and pick the best program for you. Personally, we're just gonna go to the left, throw it in dynamic mode, because that's the only way you're gonna be driving this car. So putting the car in dynamic mode as well as changing everything right here, it's gonna also change everything in your tachometer. It's gonna make the RPM gauge follow with a red line. As well, on the heads-up display, it's gonna show your speed limit in the area that you're in with the traffic sign recognition, the speed you're going, and it's also gonna now give you a full tachometer right below the gear you're in. Within your tachometer, you have a multitude of settings and different things that you can personalize to what you want to see in the car. You can change the whole layout from the 2 dial to a 1 dial to a full map, anything you prefer. Any settings on the heads-up display, exterior settings, security settings. If you want it to make a beep when you lock the car, you can as well track any warnings that pop up on the dash, the tire information, let you know what PSI they're supposed to be at, the PSI that they are actually at, your oil level, your VIN. You can control the media from here as well, change the source, and your driver assistance. This car has the drive pack, so you have the adaptive cruise, you have the blind spot, you have the full camera surrounding the entire car. You can change the settings for your collision avoidance, the sensitivity to your forward alert when you're coming up to a car, cross traffic monitor when you're in reverse, it'll pick up the car that's coming across from you, show all the information about your trip A, trip B, average MPG, average speed, all that good stuff. And the display, the info panel, you get to change whatever you want in the center right here. You can have it to be the map, you can have it to be your driver assistance, show what if you're crossing over a lane, summary of your trip, the media, what's on the radio. All the screens are completely personalized, so if you want to have the map here, you want to have the media here, it's all customizable to how you want the car to look when you're driving it. So looking up with the mirror right here, you have your home link. 1, 2, and 3 control as many garage doors as you want. With that 825 watt sound system, you got the speakers up in the headliner here, and all your sunroof controls right here. This will remove the sunshade and send it all the way to the rear. You have a full panoramic roof. With the ability to raise and send back the front half. And if it's a nice day like it is today, it's only 86, it's pretty good for Texas. Open the sunroof, drop the windows, listen to that meaty exhaust, and just cruise. So the driver and passenger seats are the more aggressive sports seats available on the SVR, with a very tight side bolstering, so you probably won't be buying this car if you're 300 pounds, but me, I'm only 190. There's still plenty of room within the side bolsters to hug you in there. You get the SVR insignia right here, as well as heated and cooled functions for both driver and passenger. To activate the heated and cooled function, a few ways of doing it. You can get right there, press the seats tab right there, click the power for the temperature, and then you can adjust it right here with this knob for either heated or cooled, and it does the bottom and the top of the seat as well. Same thing for the passenger. And there's only 3 knobs on the entire infotainment right here. These 2 will do the seats as well as the climate, control the temperature right there, and then the center one right here, the volume for the infotainment. Now time for the driving portion of it. Excellent. SVR key, foot on the brake. Let's go. So the car is in the comfort mode access height right now, so it's as low as it will go to make it easier for you to get in. First thing we're gonna do is put it in dynamic and then into drive. And once we start getting going, it'll then raise itself up to the normal driving height. Over into manual, S1, and away we go. First thing you notice is just, hold on. Apart from the exhaust, the first thing you notice is just how stiff and sporty this is for an SUV. The paddle shifting gear changes are very responsive in this 8-gear transmission. And then you get the lovely backfires coming out of the exhaust upon shift. Every downshift. It's an AK-47. If you wanted an AK-47, don't buy an AK-47, go buy a 2020 SVR Sport. We're gonna give it some beans right here. When you're in the high RPM, the upshift bark is that of a very pissed off Rottweiler. That's the best way to describe it. It screams, it barks, it does everything. Every time you floor it, it's like getting kicked in the back by your child if your child was Thanos. So it's very, very heavy hitting. And then taking it out of dynamic mode, putting it right back in auto terrain, night and day difference. Suspension instantly so much smoother for it still being an SVR. The steering's a lot lighter now. It just floats along the road. It's the best of both worlds. If you want a sports car, but you have a family, buy an SVR. That's what I would do. Liked our very first review. Again, special shout out to Jaguar Land Rover Frisco for giving us the keys to this amazing car to review. We're very thankful for them. They're giving us quite a few cars to review, so look out for the next one.